Good morning. It's Matt Anthony, the founder and president of the Head for the Cure Foundation, welcoming all our friends in the Seattle area. And darn it, we're back. We're back on video this year. We are quite certain for the last time. In fact, we are starting our events live next month in other cities. We just missed it in Seattle, unfortunately. But in conversations with our colleagues at Washington University, Dr. Taylor and team, we decided a couple of months ago that it was appropriate to be back on video and not yet convene people in person. If it was a bit later, we would certainly have been able to do that. But nonetheless, the support from everyone in the Seattle area for Head for the Cure and people fighting brain tumors has been extraordinary again this year. In fact, in the 9 years, we've raised almost $700,000 for brain tumor research. And we're so thrilled with the partnership we've established with Dr. Lynn Taylor and the folks at Washington University, all the amazing partners and sponsors over the years, VMLY&R, our friend Debbie Getz, and all of the teams that have been such a central part of making Head for the Cure Seattle so important and so vital for people fighting brain tumors. So we're doing it again today, and we thank you for your support. We're getting close to our numbers from last year, which is remarkable again. So again, the generosity of the people in Seattle is incredible. In fact, every year, the average donation from participants in Seattle is at the top of our events around the country, and that's happening again this year. So thank you. We encourage you all to send this out to your friends and encourage them to sign up and register, because every donation matters. And whether you're running down the driveway, around the block, or in the park, or your regular 5K, your regular run, you're doing it to support people fighting brain tumors and their families and loved ones. So thank you again for your great support. I'm now going to turn it over to my friend and colleague, the Director of Events and Operations at Head for the Cure, Kelsey Seeley. Kelsey, let's get this program growing. Meanwhile, thanks everybody for your support and for helping us defeat brain cancer step by step. Onward.
Thanks so much, Matt. Good morning, everybody. My name is Kelsey Seeley. I'm the Director of Events, Operations, and Programs at the Head for the Cure Foundation, and I'm so excited to be here for our 8th annual Head for the Cure Seattle Virtual 5K. Now, today's 5K is going to feature some runners from Team Turnley, Mind Your Head. We're going to follow along as they complete a 5K. We're going to hear stories from others in the Seattle brain tumor community, hear from different teams, survivors, and just really show the Seattle brain tumor community that they're not alone, that they're getting all this support. Even though we can't be together in person this year, we're still showing up. We're still showing that we're here and that we're not going anywhere. So although we wish we could be together in person, we'll have to wait till next year, but we will be back, and we will be back stronger than ever before. So thank you so much for showing up today and showing your support. I'd like to give a huge shout out to Dr. Taylor and the team at UW-Medicine for all of their support of our event over the years, and of course all they do to support the brain tumor and brain cancer community. We are so, so grateful for you. I'd also like to give a huge shout out to Allie Grandin. Allie took the lead on planning this year's event for Head for the Cure, and we could not have done it without her. So thank you so much for your help, Allie, and all that you did to support our community.
Head for the Cure exists for 3 main reasons. Number 1 is to build awareness around this disease. 2 is to raise funds for patient programs and clinical research. And 3, and one of the things that we're doing here today, is igniting hope. We're igniting hope for all those who have ever faced a brain tumor diagnosis, whether a patient, a survivor, a caregiver. Hope is really one of the things that pulls us through. So by participating today, you are helping show others that they are not alone in this fight, that we are doing this together. Thank you so much for showing your support. We're so excited to say that we have phenomenal national sponsors again this year. VMLY&R, International Advertising Agency. They helped ignite Head for the Cure the very first year in 2003, and they have always been a staunch supporter of Head for the Cure.
Hi there, my name's John Cook. I'm the CEO of VMLY&R. VMLY&R is an advertising agency, and we're all over the world. We're about 13,000 people in about every place you can imagine, but we're headquartered right here in Kansas City, Missouri, and that's where we first met Head for the Cure. And that was 20 years ago, and we've been a proud sponsor and partner and and teammates ever since, and we're proud of every one of those years and all we've been able to do together. And that's something that has obviously been part of our history for the last 20 years, but our commitment is it's something that will always be part of VML Y&R going forward. Thanks for everything, Head for the Cure.
Get Real Mindset by Harry Campbell. He's raised over $470,000 in donations through his speaking engagements, with 100% of the proceeds coming to Head for the Cure. In his latest book, Get Real Mindset, he really challenges each individual to be the very best version of themselves and embrace change, which I think we've all gotten pretty good at in the last year for sure. NovaCure has been a feature at our events over the past 7 years. NovaCure's Optune device is FDA approved and used to treat glioblastoma patients. This device helps enhance the patient's quality of life.
I had my daughter, and now she's 19 months, and she's a little human that we created. So we pretty much watching her grow up. Can you say hi to the phone?
Hi.
Here we are at our turnaround point, and you see I'm totally alone. Aha! We found him. He's a shade seeker.
Sonny and Dottie and Lauren graduated from medical school.
We didn't know that we would have the opportunity to sit there in the audience and hold hands. Well, they recited the Hippocratic Oath. So that was pretty special.
I've got a daughter and I've got some grandkids and a husband, and every time we get to celebrate one of their birthdays, it's just one more time that I'm here for it. And I'm so thankful for that.
Happy birthday, dear Pierre.
I gave Pierre a really special 60th birthday party last year, which also happened to fall on the day of his diagnosis anniversary 1 year. There were 55 people there, and they came from all over. Friends came from Texas, from Chicago, from Oregon, from Washington, and it was really special for him because it was all his friends really celebrating his life.
My wife and I were able to go to Ireland this year, and we spent 8 days there, and it was a great time. This thing called a 5-peak challenge. You basically do the 5 highest peaks in San Diego in one day. I'd been training for that before, and I kind of took a break because obviously I have surgery. And I built myself back up. I accomplished the 5-peak challenge, which was a big feat for me.
Pierre is a major football fan, being from Texas. So I bought tickets to a Chiefs game at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City and flew us out there for a game. During the halftime, the cheerleaders came and found us and gave him a signed ball by Chris Jones. So that was really amazing.
I'm an avid guitar player, so I got back into doing that, and I played a couple live gigs and just doing that with Optune on. So I wasn't going to let cancer or the thought of cancer and the diagnosis kind of take away from living my life.
Each year on my craniversary, I send a note to my surgeon and to my doctor and just, tell them how appreciative I am that I'm still here to be able to send that note.
Weather 2020. Thank you, Gary and the team, for providing accurate forecasts for all of our events. And new this year, Parisi Coffee. Through online give backs and providing our morning coffee at our soon-to-be in-person 5Ks, Parisi Coffee is fueling our fight against brain cancer.
We would not be able to do this event without the support of our local sponsors. So, thank you so much to Giggle Harbor. Giggle Harbor was established as a way to help fight back against brain cancer by creating fun stickers, shirts, and more. 50% of their net profits go directly to Head for the Cure and help fund brain cancer research. Basil and Brie creates artful charcuterie boxes and boards for any occasion in the Gig Harbor, Washington area. Basil and Brie kindly donated 10% of sales during the month of May back to Head for the Cure. Sign Gypsies. Thank you for donating an amazing sign for this year's virtual runners to display during their run. And Run for Good. Thank you to Alana and her team for their support over the last several years for our event. We could not do this without them. They are the boots on the ground that make our event happen. So thank you so much, Alana and your team at Run for Good. Stick around after the 5K. We're going to honor all of our survivors. This is why we do what we do. We do this for you. We do this for all those who have ever been impacted by a brain tumor diagnosis. those who have lost a loved one, those who are currently battling, and those who will one day face this life-changing diagnosis. We're going to honor our survivors. We're going to recognize our Keeping the Faith and Legacy of Love recipients, and we'll also honor and remember those that we've lost to this disease through our Celebration of Life tribute. After that, we're also going to highlight all the amazing success that we've had this year through our fundraising. So we'll award our top teams for our top fundraising team, largest team, and our top fundraising individuals. We couldn't do this without you. You're making a huge difference in the brain tumor community. So thank you so much. Also, don't forget to send us your photos of how you're completing your own 5K today. You can tag us on social media at Head for the Cure, or you can email them to me at kelsey@headforthecure.org. We want to see how you're fighting back against brain cancer and how you're showing your support. Thank you so much for all that you're doing to support the Seattle brain tumor community. And we just are so grateful for your continued support. And now we're going to kick off our 5K. So I hope you have a great time. Stick around and we'll see you after the run.
Katie and Head for the Cure.
Good morning, I'm here to support Katie and Head for the Cure.
Katie, we love you. Head for the Cure.
I participate in Head for the Cure to bring awareness to brain tumors and as a great way to exercise and better myself. I exercise each day to help improve my balance. Walking is a great way to work on this. At the moment, I can't run, but I believe I will get there in the future. Before my diagnosis, I was practicing law. Through this journey, I have realized that once I am fully recovered, I do not want to waste my time or torture myself by reading documents and dealing with clients all day. Life is too short to waste.
is Jennifer Bittner. In February of 2020, I was down in San Diego visiting my mom with my husband and my 3 kids, and I was 24 weeks pregnant. I felt sick, and so my husband took me to urgent care twice, and I was going off as it being nausea from being pregnant. A few days later, I fell, and my husband was there, so he rushed me to the ER, and they did a scan and found a giant brain tumor. The neurosurgeon did surgery, and he removed the tumor the best he could. But I was pregnant, so we couldn't use contrast, so he was basically going in blind. I was released after 2 weeks. No shunt, no anything. And everything seemed fine. I started having weird symptoms again, so my husband took me back to the hospital, and they scanned my brain, and they saw that the tumor had grown back fully. It turned out to actually be stage 4 metastatic melanoma, and it had spread to a giant brain tumor. This time they delivered my son at 34 weeks, and then I went back a few days later and had contrast and had another brain surgery to have the new tumor removed. I became very weak, so I went back to therapy, and this time it suddenly makes sense why I needed it, because I could hardly do anything. I couldn't lift my son. I can only remember his life from a few months ago. Everything else is just bits and pieces. So the PA from my oncologist says I'm only the 3rd person in her 40-year career she's ever seen results like mine. My CT is totally clear. My MRI is totally clear. I feel like a walking miracle. I did all this without any chemo, with the help of a lot of people, an oncologist, a neurosurgeon, doctors and nurses across the board. I know none of this could have been done without any of them and without God. And I just wanted to say that if you are new in this, that there is hope. And I'm still here to tell my story, and I hope to be here for a long time to still be telling it and singing all the praises of everyone who helps us get past this very hard year. Thank you.
As a local of Washington, I'm especially proud to support the Seattle 5K. We are lucky at NovaCure to partner with Head for the Cure in support of all people impacted by glioblastoma. Thank you for getting outside for the brain cancer community.
As a fellow West Coaster, I feel especially proud to be able to support the Seattle 5K races. Here at NovaCure, we feel really lucky to be able to partner with Head for the Cure and support all the people living with glioblastoma. Thank you for getting out there today and supporting our brain cancer community. Stay hydrated, stay safe, have fun, and we'll see you out there. Bye.
We run in honor of Team Mike Quam.
My dad was an exercise enthusiast who loved running. He also valued community. Each year, our friends and family come together to participate in the Seattle Head for the Cure Run in remembrance of my dad and to support other patients and their families.
Hi, my name is Nicole, and I am a 22-year survivor and patient with brain cancer. Back in 1999, I was originally diagnosed with a brain tumor. At that time, it was removed and I had radiation, and then it was kind of a closed chapter of my life. And I went on to graduate high school, graduate college, and became a middle school science teacher. And then fast forward to 2014, when I was teaching middle school science, I started getting really bad vertigo to the point where I couldn't even stand in front of my class. And so I had an MRI, and lo and behold, I had another new type of brain tumor. So since then, I have had 5 more surgeries. I've undergone 3 types of radiation, and I'm now on my 4th combination of targeted medications to hopefully keep the brain cancer at bay or even shrink it. So I have a personal connection, as it has been a part of my life for 22 years now. More people than you probably would think are affected by brain tumors. Over 80,000 people are diagnosed with a brain tumor in 1 year alone. Brain tumors oftentimes don't necessarily present themselves like they do in the movies. So there's probably somebody who you don't even realize is going through that battle. And also, there are only 5 approved drugs and 1 approved device for brain tumors. So it is so important that we have more treatment options and more research done for this really prevalent disease so that we can hopefully find more treatments and ultimately a cure. This year is going to be my 3rd year participating in a Head for the Cure 5K. It'll be my 2nd virtual event, and I've done 1 in-person race. I also am really fortunate to be able to get to be an ambassador for Head for the Cure. So to share my story and my journey with others, to provide knowledge and inspiration and motivation. So I'm really thankful for Head for the Cure and Brains for the Cure for all that they provide to patients and the caregivers and everyone else in the fight against brain cancer.
us at NovaCure, we are very fortunate to partner with Head for the Cure. And being raised and born here in Washington, I feel especially proud to support the Seattle 5K. But a big thanks to all of you for getting out there today. So have a great day.
Thank you so much, Dr. Taylor and the entire team at UW Medicine. We're so grateful for all that you do to support the advancement of brain cancer research and programs. Thank you so much. We'd now like to take this time to acknowledge all of our survivors. They inspire us day in and day out through their journeys, through their stories, through the way they approach each day with a smile. They've inspired so many to support and participate in this year's event. And it really goes to show that no one fights alone and why we will continue to build awareness around this disease. Here are our survivors for today's event. Jennifer, John Michael, Doug, Adrian, Donna, Angie, Debbie, Chrissy, Stacy, Nicole, Amber, Emily, Carol, Karen, Winston, and Eden. Thank you for inspiring us and for allowing us to be a part of your journey. Now it's time for one of my favorite parts of the event. We're going to honor and recognize some of our survivors with a Keeping the Faith recognition and caregivers with the Legacy of Love recognition. These individuals were nominated by their loved ones.
Head for the Cure 5K events are not only successful fundraisers in the fight against brain cancer, but unique tributes for those currently fighting this terrible disease and remembering those who have lost their battles. Head for the Cure was started in honor of a man named Chris Anthony. Chris's motto was always keeping the faith. He lived it daily. He signed off every email with keeping the faith. And his faith enabled him to maintain his grace, dignity, courage, and strength throughout his illness. That's why every year we honor brain cancer patients and their loved ones with a special recognition we call Keeping the Faith. Each of their stories is personal and special, and all are inspiring. Karen Beans, nominated by Daniel Gunder. There are no words to fully explain the beauty and strength within my mother, Karen Beans. Since the late 90s, she has been fighting subependymoma brain tumors, blocking her brain fluid flow and resulting in an extremely invasive surgery to remove them. I was young when she went through this, maybe 7 or 8, and the thing I remember most vividly was her smile. Despite wires, tubes, pain, and no hair, I remember her glowing smile every time she saw my brother and I. Fast forward 20 years, and although my mom's diagnosis has changed, her spirit is unbreakable. Now with 5+ tumors of 3 different varieties, no one would ever guess what is going on in my mom's head. Despite the endless doctor's appointments, MRIs, headaches, and other side effects, all people see is her seemingly endless amount of energy, drive at work, compassion in her community, and unwavering love for her family and friends. She does not let herself be defined by her brain tumors and instead uses her experiences to support those around her. During my younger brother's short battle with cancer, my mom was able to help him in the most intimate and beautiful ways. Through their shared experiences with brain tumors, they connected on a level that is indescribable and I know changed those short 5 months we had with Stephen for the better. Almost 25 years with brain tumors could be a challenge for anyone, but Karen has taken this diagnosis and used it as a catalyst for strength, change, and connection. The beauty and positivity in her soul is an amazing thing to have in a mother, a role model, and a best friend. There is nothing else like her.
Thank you for your courage and for allowing us to honor you.
The Legacy of Love Award was implemented at our North Texas event in 2011 in honor of Stevie Patrick. She was diagnosed with a brain tumor at the age of 28, and although Stevie would go on to battle brain cancer for 3.5 years, her heart was always open to reach out and help others, even as she was going through an incredibly difficult time. Stevie always took the high road and walked through each day with great integrity and a big smile on her face. This award is easily defined by actions of integrity, encouragement, determination, and truly loving and serving others, especially those in need. The recipient of this must have a strong desire to encourage and help others. This deserving person must be a leader each day and also have the courage to smile in the midst of adversity. We'd now like to share their story. Jared Bittner, nominated by Jennifer Bittner. This is my husband. He has walked beside me this whole path. He homeschooled our 2 oldest this past year because I couldn't. He has managed severe anxiety. He has done jobs at work that he finds unfulfilling to be sure we can keep his good insurance for my treatments. He has sacrificed so much to keep our family strong and together. He's my hero. Janine Richards, nominated by Jennifer Bittner. This is my mom. She basically gave up her life to move in with us when I got sick. She slept next to the baby so I could heal and sleep after hospitalizations. She cooked, she cleaned, she bought our groceries, she kept our whole family going when I couldn't.
Again, thank you for allowing us to celebrate you through the Keeping the Faith and Legacy of Love recognitions. We're so honored to be along here for your journey. Now we know that this disease has taken too many loved ones from us. So we're now privileged and honored to be able to remember, recognize, and celebrate those individuals through our Celebration of Life tribute. These individuals were submitted by their families and friends, and there's still time to submit someone in your life if you've lost someone. In honor of these individuals and so many others, it's why we continue to build awareness around this disease, ignite hope, and raise funds to find a cure for brain cancer. As we come to the conclusion of our event, it's now time to celebrate all the funds that were raised by all of you to support our local beneficiaries and their advancement in programs and research, and as we work together to find a cure. So we'll recognize the top 3 in each category for top fundraising team, top fundraising individual, and largest team. So here they are. First is the largest team. In 3rd place, we have Team Mike Quam with 13 team members. In 2nd place is Deb's Matter with 17 team members. And in 1st place with 21 team members is Team Warrior Mama. Great job. Now on to our top teams for fundraising. 3rd place is Emily's Chemo Crushers, who raised more than $6,100. In second place is Debs Matter, raising more than $9,000. And again, in first place, raising more than $12,800 is Team Warrior Mama. Let's give all these teams a huge round of applause for their fundraising efforts. And now our individuals who went above and beyond for fundraising. In third place is Stephen V, raising more than $2,400. In second place is Debbie G, raising nearly $2,800. Thank you so much, Debbie, for your support again this year. And our top fundraiser is Mark W, who raised $10,000. Phenomenal. Thank you so much, Mark. All of our first place finishers will receive their awards in the mail in the next few weeks. Thank you, thank you, thank you to everyone for supporting the Seattle brain tumor community and raising funds to fight back against brain cancer. We are honored to have such amazing participation for this year's virtual event with more than 200 participants, 31 teams, and we've raised nearly $55,000 to help fund clinical trials and patient programs. Way to go, Seattle. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much to everybody for supporting this year's Seattle Virtual 5K. Whether you were registering, you donated, you sponsored, you watched this video, or you just checked in. We're so grateful for your support. Now, as a reminder, registration will remain open through tomorrow, so there's still time if you haven't registered. And donations will remain open for several months. So encourage your friends, your family, your neighbors, your coworkers, strangers at the grocery store. Encourage them all to show their support. And one easy way to do that is just by sharing this video. We know that even though we're apart right now, no one is ever alone. We're here together. We're in this fight together, and together we'll defeat brain cancer step by step. So thank you all so much, and we cannot wait to see you in 2022 for the 9th annual Head for the Cure Seattle 5K. Thank you all again for your support, and have a great weekend.